Hey guys, this is your Cool Prof, Prof Zeus. Now, this morning, let me ask you something. Would you like to pass that CPA licensure examination and become CPA or Certified Public Accountant like me? If you do, I suggest that you watch this video from beginning to end as I'll be sharing with you some tips that can help you pass that CPA licensure examination. Okay? So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Now, once you enroll in your BSA course, you already have that aim or goal that you would become a CPA someday. You want to attach the three letters CPA in your name. Now, having those letters after your name is not a joke. It takes a lot of patience, a lot of hard work, and of course, a lot of sacrifices. Now, in this video, I'll be sharing with you 3Ds that can help you pass that CPA board examination. So what are those? Number one, dedication. Number two, discipline. And number three, do it yourself. Now, what do I mean by dedication? When you enroll in your BSA course, you already know that 4 years from the time that you enroll, you will be taking that CPA licensure examination. So you have to make sure that you have fully made up your mind that you want to become CPA from day one. Okay? Not during the review, but day one. When I say day one, that's your day one as a student in the BSA program. Have that in mind. Now, what if you're having second thoughts? Now, since you already enrolled in the BSA program, put that in your heart already. I had second thoughts when I was enrolled in the BSA program, but you know what? I guess my dream is bigger than my fear. So I pursue it, and then I successfully passed the CPA board exam. So all it takes is really just dedication that you want to become a CPA someday. Now, to be a CPA and to be dedicated, fully dedicated to it, you have to do or you have to give up something or sacrifices that you have to make. Number one, I know a lot of you would love going to movie houses, and watching your favorite films. Now that is okay, but limit watching movies. Okay, why? Just imagine how many hours would it take for you to finish one film? That's about 2 hours. 2 hours. How many problems would you have solved in 2 hours? That can help you prepare for the board examination. So better limit that going to movie houses. Once or twice a month is okay, but no more than that. Okay? Second one, of course, I know a lot of millennials would love night outs. Night outs with your friends, with your family. Now, that's okay, but make sure, again, you limit your night outs with friends. Okay? Make sure that you don't have any class in the following day if you would like to go out with friends. Because I know you'll be spending until the wee hours of the morning, okay, during your night outs with friends. So might as well go out on Fridays, Saturdays, but not during weekdays because you know for a fact that you have a class to attend to the following day. Okay? So limit your night outs with friends. Number three, I'm not saying you have to avoid going to the beach. Again, that's a recreational activity and that would help you physically because you have to recharge. But there are certain times that you have to avoid going to the beach because again that would take a lot of your time. A lot of your time that you can use to prepare for the CPA board examination. Okay. Now, according to Brother Bo Sanchez, you have to defer gratification if you want to be successful. As I mentioned earlier, your preparation starts on your day one. When I was a student, I had second thoughts of, do I really want to pursue being as a BSA student and later on prepare for the board examination, because I know the CPA licensure examination in the Philippines is actually the second toughest licensure examination in the Philippines. Bar examination for law students is number one, and then we have the CPA. But a lot of preparations will have to be made. A lot of sacrifices will have to be given up by you as you prepare for that CPA board examination. Number two, discipline. You should be able to discipline yourself. Now, what do I mean by that? First and foremost, you need to set up your time for studying. And when you set up your time, say for example, after class, you'd like to take a nap, then go ahead, take a nap. And then you start studying, say for instance, 5 o'clock in the afternoon until 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the evening, that's fine. You have to observe that schedule by the letter. Okay? So you have to do it, and you have to observe your schedule religiously. Okay? Number two, when you say discipline yourself, you have to study every day. I know it's difficult. The temptations like watching TV, playing your favorite games online and all the stuff. But again, as I mentioned, you have big dreams, so you have to sacrifice big time. So even if there's no scheduled examination for the following day, you have to still study every day. This will avoid cramming in the end. You don't study only when there's examination. That's cramming, and that will not do you any good. Because then if you always do cramming, then every examination you have to go back to step one. So that is not good. So I suggest that you study every day, constantly. Okay? And the last one, you have to sleep early. Again, it's going to be a big battle for you. Imagine preparing 4 years for you to be able to take that board examination. So you need all the strength, physical strength that you need, emotional stability for you to be able to prepare for it. So I suggest that you sleep early so that you have enough strength to conquer the everyday battles that you will eventually have to face. Now, while inside the classroom, please don't daydream. Remember that you are there, you paid for your tuition to learn. So therefore, stay focused on your professor. Now, this is a common mistake of students. They will read the book when they are already inside the classroom and when the professor is already discussing the lesson. That is a no-no. Why? Because you will not be able to focus your attention to your professor. Reading your books, that should not be done in school, but rather at home. So if you prepare for your class for the following day, you don't actually need to bring your books, or bring your books but you don't open it while inside the classroom. Whatever the topic that will be discussed by the professor, that should already be in your head. How? You have to read in advance. And when the professor starts lecturing, it's going to be just a confirmation if your understanding is correct or not. Okay? So stay focused on your professor during your class. Okay? So inside the classroom, your objective is just to focus on your professor, nothing else. Don't daydream. That is not the place for you to daydream. Okay? Now, learn the whys and not the hows. Now, in accounting, you will be encountering a lot of problems, a lot of questions, okay? And one of the mistakes that students commit is that they go after the whys, the hows. They go after the hows. How did the professor solve the problem? So it becomes procedural rather than conceptual. So as an accounting student, you should be learning the concepts. You should be fully understanding the concepts before you apply them to solve various problems. And of course, learning the whys gives you a good foundation to solve the problems at hand. Because problems, it could differ. They differ actually. Okay, from one author to the other, they are giving you a lot of problems. Okay, a lot of questions. So if you don't know the concept, you will get lost in the process. So keep on asking. That's why I told you to first read before going to class. So if something is not clear to you, you can directly ask your professor about it so that you will fully understand the concepts. That's actually what I did when I was a student in college. Okay? So learn the concepts, not the procedures. Okay? Now, the last tip I would like to share with you is that you have to do it yourself. Now, this is actually how I learn more. When I read the book, when I understand the concept by myself, and then I practice. I practice solving problems. I practice, by reading theory questions and then answering them. Now, you have a lot of materials. You are lucky because even review materials can be downloaded from the internet. Okay, you're lucky. You have the resources. During our time, it was limited. We have to buy books, physical books, for us to have access to uh, CPA board examination questions or even reviewers. Now, you can download some materials from the internet or you can buy CPA licensure examination review books or reviewers. Okay. Now, if you have one, then solve the problems there. Don't look at the answers yet. Solve it and then compare your answer with that of the author. You will learn more that way rather than looking at the author's solution. Because again, if you look at the author's solution, then you are learning the procedure, not the concepts. So I suggest you grab some CPA review materials and then solve every day. Sometimes familiarity pays. Okay, because even if authors would change the details, if you are somehow familiar with it, then you get used to solving those types of problems. So that is part of your preparation. A lot of students have that mistake of saying that they will prepare for the board examination during the 6 month review class. Let me tell you that the 6 months is not enough. That's why your preparation should start from day one. Okay? The first accounting class that you will attend to. So stay focused. Okay? Don't daydream. Stay focused on your professor and stay focused on your dream. Dream big requires big sacrifices. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you haven't subscribed, I'd like to ask you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you will learn a lot from my future videos. Okay? Thank you very much, and have a great day. Bye.